Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
And welcome to the show, y'all. And it's officially summertime.
Woohoo!
I know. Yeah. We're so excited. And so we're just going to focus on fun.
That's it.
At the beginning of the show here, we're talking fun, because that's what summertime means. Yep. And I've got with me Andrew Soltau with Sugarfield Distillery.
Thank
so if
you
you're
for
looking,
having me, Kay.
if you're looking for a good time, it's just right around the corner.
It is. We have a great little distillery. I know you've been there before, but we just put out a new menu this past weekend, and it's focused on exactly that. It's summertime fun. I've got a drink that just the first drink on the menu is a watermelon daiquiri.
I love that. And I think you made me something watermelon when I was there before. And it was probably something totally different because I know y'all change up the menu.
We do.
And I was following you. I was following you on Facebook, and I saw that brand new menu come out for summertime. And I was like, man, look at the names on those drinks. It makes me want to have one.
Yeah. So what we did was we named them all after just great little jokes in television shows. So me and my bartender, we were just sitting around and just started riffing and came up with some fun names. So they're called great names, like the first one that I was, it's Dayman, Fighter of the Nightman.
I know. I was like, what is that? It's probably a show I'm not watching because I don't get it.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love that show. I think I'm the only person that watches that show, though, because nobody else gets that one either.
I've heard other people say that they watch that show. But
I love it. I think it's great, and if I think it's funny, we're going to...
Well, the cool thing is y'all have so many products to choose from to make your cocktails. It's crazy. You know, I want you to give people who don't know about Sugarfield, give them a lowdown on, you know, how y'all came up with this concept, how it got started, and it's a little family business.
Yeah, it's me and my brother. We opened 2.5 years ago now, so January of 2020. It's been about 7 years in the making, though. We've been working hard on this.
Y'all were brainstorming for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, we call it research and development. That's where you... go to bars and distilleries and restaurants and drink a lot.
Man, what cool kind of research. I love it.
Hey, somebody's got to do it, man. I mean, we're hard-working people, so we get out there and do the work so that other people don't have to do it.
We'll talk about the work. Yeah. You know, a lot of times folks say, you know, just do one thing so it'll be really good. Because if you do too many things, it's not good. But you have a lot of products, and I have to say they are all good.
Gotcha.
So y'all did your research well.
We did, and we like you to know we're just getting started with it too. My brother, this is his creative avenue. We've got so much good stuff coming out. I'm so proud of some great products that we have coming out. Some I can talk about, some I can't talk about yet. But
because it's a secret. But you know what? If they follow you on social media, they'll be the first to know.
Yeah, just follow us on
when something comes out.
On Facebook, Instagram. We're all over that. And,
you can see good pictures of those cocktails and make you want to stop by. Talk about where this distillery is located.
Sure. We're in Gonzales, Louisiana, right off of Burnside, right near Burnside and 30.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you've got lots of different products, and I see that you brought a few.
I did.
You want to talk about some of those?
Sure. So I have 3 with me out right now, and these 3 are they're great for summertime. So the one in the middle is our lemon liqueur. This is it's a Myers lemon liqueur. It's really, really nice. It makes great summertime drinks. When I sip it by the pool, you could put it in your iced tea. You could put it in your lemonade. It's just really killer with that. We actually have this year's being re-released this weekend. So that's why I brought that one with me.
I know. I love that. Yeah. So it comes out on Saturday?
Saturday.
Is the first time you can come purchase it?
This Saturday at the distillery is the first time you can get our new lemon for this year. The other two I brought with me are our honey liqueur and our aged rum. So both of these are in distribution now. So these are our newest two that we put into distribution. And look for these at any of our sponsored places. There are places that have picked us up. We got them coming. Lots of great cocktails with these two. And
tell us a little bit about the honey liqueurs. I know you use a lot of Louisiana products in your stuff. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the honey that's used in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the honey that's used in this is it's local honey. In fact, some of the honey comes from our bees. So we have bees behind the distillery.
You do?
Yes, we do. Okay.
Wow. So now you're really self-sufficient there.
Yes, absolutely. We have a bee guy. Shout out to James and James Merriman. What's up, man? He helps us with the bees and make sure they're nice and healthy. The girls are flying around getting their honey, staying mite free. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely when we say shop local.
Doesn't get more local than that.
Doesn't get more local than that. And so y'all hit right with your opening just before COVID. Cool. So it was a little bit of challenging time as for getting things out there, I would imagine.
Yeah, we had some rough times. We stayed pretty positive through COVID, but there certainly were times where it was touch and go. I mean, we were all in this together. So I mean, when we first started, it was just the hand sanitizer. We did whatever we could to help, and we gave hand sanitizer out at the distillery for a couple of weeks until the FDA started getting really into it, and we weren't interested in selling it. We just didn't think it was the right thing to do. So we just gave it away. Hooked up a lot of great, first responders. Hooked up sheriff's departments, police departments.
That's great.
Daycares, hospitals, anybody we could help. We helped out.
And that's great. Great. And I think that. Maybe did y'all concoct a lot of other types of liqueurs during this time in your chemistry lab that's back in there?
Yeah, you alluded to something earlier about how some people really focus down and go. That was not the way we did it at all. We decided we wanted to go the opposite way and just kind of find out what really works. And me and my brother, we sat down and we had a meeting one day, and we were, do we need to focus down? And the answer to that question is absolutely. We definitely need to focus a little more. We both have ADD really bad, so we're always just bouncing around doing different things.
I think that a little ADD is good.
I think it is too, man. This life would be really boring if I was super focused.
Right. Rattle off some of the products, because go, well, do they have whiskey or do they have vodka? The answer would be pretty much all of it.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have vodka. We have a lot of different rums. We have probably 7 different white rums, so 7 different unaged rums. Also have an aged rum. Also have a spiced rum. We have French style rum. We have Cuban style rum. We have like 5 different French style rums. Just lots of different things. We really have fallen in love with spirits, and we have gin.
Which was amazing.
Yeah.
I did try one of your gin cocktails when visiting there. It was
Thank you.
So good.
Yeah, the gin's my baby. Like, I'm involved with every single spirit that comes out of the distillery, but the gin was the first that I did solo. I did all the research and development on it. I did all the recipe, getting the recipe together, and then the actual distilling. I distilled it first.
And the flavored liqueurs. I mean, where else can you go and get kumquat I didn't even know what kumquat was,
Yeah, we have a kumquat.
Loquat.
Loquat. Yeah, we have a satsuma strawberry. Coffee cream. I mean, we have a lot of stuff. Basically, what we find is when we find a good local flavor, we try to put it in a bottle.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And talking about putting it in a bottle, he's going to be putting it in a glass and sharing some of these summertime cocktails when we come back after this commercial break. And so y'all are going to stay put. It's definitely your drink for the summer, y'all.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana, a spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before, where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life, where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
The use of opioids and addiction to opioids is on the rise, especially in Louisiana, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. If you have a family member or loved one that you are concerned about with regard to opioid use, please call my clinic, Advantage Health Solutions. You can speak with my nurse or you can speak with myself, and we will talk to you about how to get that person into treatment, and we'll tailor what we do to your needs, and we'll do what we can to get your loved one in treatment and onto the path to health.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the great state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida has brought great devastation to our community. In time of need, Louisianans always step up and help their neighbor. This time is no different. We'll help our neighbors and friends get back as we always do. If you need help or know of someone that needs help or would like to volunteer or make a donation, go to volunteerlouisiana.gov. We are Louisiana Strong. Thank you.
Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar since 2014, with a full calendar available on the website 24/7, clickable links to artists and venues. View the entire weekend lineup at a glance and plan your outings with your friends. View professional recordings of local live musicians, watch interviews with people in our music community, and find additional resources. Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar.
At Trip Chat, we believe special places shouldn't go undiscovered and good stories shouldn't go unheard. Imagine exploring a new area while listening to amazing stories about the places and people who made it what it is today.
This great waterway courses through 10 states, starting in northern Minnesota and ending in Louisiana. The connectivity of the river drains 41% of the continental United States and carries more water than any other waterway. The fabric of America truly is woven from the common thread of the Mississippi River.
This community tapas bar and grill reels in, sautés, and perfectly plates earthy yet refined flavors by marrying chic urban elegance with rustic Spanish simplicity. We transport flavors from traditional Spain fused with international tastes. Over 240 different species of birds have been spotted making their homes around and in this lake. This beautiful lake is a great place for all kinds of recreation, like fishing, boating, picnicking, and a beautiful walking trail.
When you discover new places and learn what the locals already know, you maximize your experience.
Fill your tote with local treasures ranging from...
Immerse yourself in the culture and communities that surround you. With up to 12 categories to select from, stories are delivered to you based on your interest. Trip Chat, the free Audible tour guide app that helps you discover great places through authentic storytelling, so you eat, stay, and play like a local. Download Trip Chat, then drive, walk, or run, and go find your fun.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house, flying solo this week, except for my exceptional guest because Hurricane Betsy, well, it is hurricane season, but that's not why she's not here. It's because tourism is picking up because it's summertime and she is busy at some events for the Lieutenant Governor. And so I'm going to continue this discussion about summertime and fun time with my guest, Andrew Soltau with Sugarfield Distillery. Thanks for hanging with me some more.
Oh, no problem.
Because, I remember when we chatted before, we talked about all the great products, and I don't think we had time to make any cocktails. And I haven't been out there yet because I've been running back and forth to Nashville, and I know that granted, you did just release the summertime menu. So
I did. I mean,
like a day or two. So I'm like, not totally missing out yet.
And believe it or not, we already have menu summer 2 ready, just about ready. Once we put a menu out, we start working immediately on the next menu.
I like that, planning ahead.
And we'll test the drinks out and make sure they're good and doable. Because the worst thing is when you have a menu and it drops and you realize day one that one of the drinks just doesn't work. That's not good.
And then it's so good that you've tested it all out for us. And so what are you going to make for us on the show here? And, I'll have to tell Betsy how good it is because it's all for me.
So what I made here, this is, we call it a True American FDR JFK. That's a joke from New Girl. It's a show that we were talking about. Obviously,
that one. I am like behind on these. I mean, I don't know.
It's part of the fun of the whole. Like when you have these weird names for drinks. Some people get them, some people don't.
That's okay. I still like the weird names, even if I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you,
I
do. The cocktail itself is really amazing. What it is it's our bourbon. This is our batch 7 bourbon, and we made a special simple syrup for this. So it's a sage simple syrup with honey. We use honey instead of sugar in this one, and then a little lemon. And it comes out. This is a great summer cocktail because it has a little bit of the herbal flavor from that sage. And
I am gonna partake.
Jump on in
I'm
and do
saying,
that. Yeah.
Because if you made it,
Yep. And tell me that doesn't taste like a True American FDR.
Oh yes.
That's good stuff, right?
It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
That is good stuff. The taste of summer.
Yeah.
The taste of summer there.
Okay, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I love it. Well, and I'm going to tell y'all who likes a wine dinner. Everybody loves a wine pairing dinner. But when y'all did the cocktail pairing dinner at Rouge Creole that I attended, it just took that to the next level. Can you imagine having amazing cocktails that are paired with amazing food? It's
So one
pretty
of the
crazy.
things I really,
and you can still walk out of there.
Oh yeah. No, one of the things I really like is partying with chefs. Chefs are some of the coolest people out there, and chefs love pairings. And what they really like is to be challenged in a pairing.
Yes.
And wine, I love wine. Don't get me wrong, wine is great.
Me too.
But it's kind of easy. You can pair wine pretty easily. White goes with fish, red goes with spicy, whatever. Yeah, but when you're using cocktails, you really have to know what you're doing, and you really have to, you can't space it out. You got to get in there and work these cocktails out, because you can change flavors around in the cocktails. You're not playing with a static thing like a wine. You're playing with something that you can change around. And
well, I was so amazed how well the drinks and a lot of, like you mentioned, the house-made simple syrup with sage and stuff. And y'all did that with a lot of the cocktails, and you're like, oh my gosh! And then that just brought out the flavor of whatever was in the food, and it was so crazy how they paired so well.
We have a lot of fun with that, and we're continuing to do that. We've been working with several restaurants. I don't have anything that I can say that we have coming up right now, but they are coming. It's
because
right
y'all been doing
corner.
a few. I hit the one at Rouge Creole, but y'all were also at Proverbial and at City Pork Brasserie, which I hated. I was out of town and I missed those two because I was so looking forward to another one. After that, I was just like, wow, this is just an 11, on the scale. So
I guess I got to give a shout out to Anna Pendergrass Bowling. She's our one of our salespeople, and she goes and makes these cocktails with our. She's one of our salespeople. She makes cocktails and works out with these chefs, and then I just sweep in the end and introduce them and talk about the spirits and talk about I mean, my part of this is really the fun
if
part.
You follow their social media, I'm sure whatever you can't announce just yet because it's not set in stone, it will be on there. And trust me, you want to go to it.
Yeah, they're so much fun, and it's really just a culinary adventure that you don't have to. You have it right here. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go to New York for this.
It is great. And so folks can, they can come out to the distillery. They can try your cocktail menu. They can go home and make their own with some of these great spirits. But you also are at several of the area restaurants that are in their featured cocktails, as well as probably at some other stores where they can where they shop and can take them home. Can you tell us where else folks can find it?
I know Citigroup is a big sponsor of this show, and they're a big they support us very well. So we're at all the Citigroup restaurants. So, the City Porks and the Proverbials and the Rouge Creoles.
I know they have so many.
Oh, yeah. They're crushing. And City Slice. Don't forget City Slice.
Absolutely.
But we're also at a lot of different restaurants and other stores. I mean, we're if your favorite liquor store doesn't have us, they should. Just tell them to contact us or tell me where they're at, and I'll go talk to them. And but we're at all the Rouses. We're at Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is awesome. Oak Point is a great supporter of ours. We just actually did a single barrel with them. It just came out this past weekend. It's really incredible. It's a rye single barrel that we did. Really, really good.
Well, that's been one of the things where you've made the expansion as things opened up with COVID and getting into new markets, new stores, getting to do these types of things in the restaurants. Thank goodness, we're back open up, now to be able to enjoy.
Right. Our plan was originally to start in the restaurant, so start in the on-premise and then move to the off-premise. That kind of makes sense. But COVID said, not today, guys.
No, backwards, dude.
We're going to do it backwards. Yeah.
So we'll talk about expansion because y'all are going to be adding on at the distillery, so it's not going to be just spirits.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So in the next month or so, we're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's right now, getting the details done at our new expansion. So we are opening a winery, cidery, and we have beer as well. We have a brewery that's going in. So
when we talk about really covering the gamut, whatever you like, there isn't anybody who comes out there, if they say, well, I don't drink alcohol, liquor, or I only do wine, or I only drink beer. I mean, you've got something for everybody now.
We got a little something for everybody. And what I really like is to introduce people to new stuff. And I think that's what we really are looking to do out there. We're doing a different take on everything. We're the cider is probably the thing I'm most excited about.
Well,
but the wine is too. I mean,
I can't wait. I mean, we only got 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Go out on a Sunday, bring your dog.
There you go. Come out with your pups.
Follow them on social media. Go to the website. It's sugarfieldspiritsla.com. Is that right?
That's it. Yeah.
I got it because, see, I've been there. I've been following them. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram.
That's it.
And you will be in the know.
There you go.
And, maybe you'll come out and they make cockatiels. Is that right?
Cockatiels, yeah.
Cockatiels for the pups. So y'all make sure bring your pup. They won't be left out. And thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you, Kay.
And make sure and say hey to Andrew, and he'll make you a fantastic cocktail. And so up next, we've got Shelley Simmons. We're going to talk about the real estate market in Louisiana. What's going on here? Stay put.
Cancer is our sole focus at Mary Bird Perkins. Every decision we make is centered around furthering care and lessening the burden of this disease. That absolute focus on cancer allows us to provide breakthrough treatments as we continue to raise the bar and enhance patient outcomes as Louisiana's premier cancer care organization. Whatever cancer sends our way, together, we triumph. Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics,
health,
music and entertainment,
local Lagnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the great state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida has brought great devastation to our community. In time of need, Louisianans always step up and help their neighbor. This time is no different. We'll help our neighbors and friends get back as we always do. If you need help or know of someone that needs help or would like to volunteer or make a donation, go to volunteerlouisiana.gov. We are Louisiana Strong. Thank you.
As AmeriCorps members and volunteers, we do more than talk about our core values. We take action and commit to making our community stronger.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Our compassion brings food and friendship to neighbors in need.
My determination protects parks in my community.
Now more than ever, your community needs you. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar since 2014, with a full calendar available on the website 24/7. Clickable links to artists and venues. View the entire weekend lineup at a glance and plan your outings with your friends. View professional recordings of local live musicians. Watch interviews with people in our music community and find additional resources. Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar.
Whitetail Properties real estate experts Jeff Taylor and Reed Taylor understand Louisiana and Mississippi real estate. Whether you're interested in buying or selling large or small tracts of property in Louisiana or Mississippi, Jeff and Reed are the right realtors for whatever you need. Contact Jeff Taylor at 601-248-9433 or Reed Taylor at 601-248-9614. WhitetailProperties.com.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
And you're back with the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar, in the house with my very good friend here, Shelley Simmons, who's been a real estate agent for some time. And boy, the market is really doing a lot of crazy stuff right now.
You know, the market is definitely complicated.
Complicated. I think that's a good word. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But I want you to tell folks, I mean, you've been a realtor for a while. Give
right
folks
over
your
19
background.
right over 19 years, Kay, in the Baton Rouge market. Started off with Siraj Realtors, which was an incredible company because it attracted really high-minded realtors that were all focused on excellent service results for our clients. And so I've done several things in terms of managing brokerages, selling real estate, of course. But in the last month, I decided it was time for me to put on my big girl pants and really recreate what I think is missing in the Baton Rouge market as it relates to a company that really attracts high-minded people who have unparalleled service standards for their clients, deliver results, and really give back to our communities.
And I love that. In fact, so did the folks passing by. You know, you just got a horn toot right there. So, big old clap. I know it's kind of scary sometimes going out, you know, on your own, but then a lot of times you've had so much experience, you're probably pulling from that. And did COVID, was that kind of an impetus for like going, hey, this is time?
You know, it's really interesting because I think it started at that point, but when you're in a position of managing, you know, I was managing 100 agents at Ladder and Bloom.
Wow.
Their peace of mind and their ability to function in terms of servicing their clients and staying out of the negative really became very important to me. So from that standpoint, their mental health and making sure that they were focused on their business was most important. But then over the last 6 months or so, I've had some things happen in my own life that are just, you know, kind of telling me it's time to do something different and personal stuff that's happened. And so it's time, and it's a good time because it's much like any time you're selling real estate. It's not about the market, right? It's about what you do. So despite this complicated market, I'm excited about launching this new venture.
Well, I'm excited for you. It's always exciting when you're launching a new venture. You're stepping out, you know, on your own. You have a lot of years of knowledge that you're pulling forward. And it is a complicated market, as you said. And it's changing all over the country. And, of course, I've been back and forth to Nashville a lot. And I've been looking at things. And, you know, it's different all around the country. But a lot of the things I think we're seeing with the recent change and shift is, of course, inflation and the rising interest rates are kind of making the market not what it was even like 2 weeks ago. From what I've been told is that, you know, especially in Nashville, they were just having people come in from other states and they were just cash offers, not even like looking at the property, sight unseen, and well above what it was priced at. But I'm understanding it's kind of normalizing a little bit there. Inventory up there has been low. What are we here in Louisiana? What's going on with us around the state of Louisiana and in Baton Rouge that you're seeing?
So it's really interesting. Since March of 2020, we in the Baton Rouge area specifically, we have seen, it's like a dance. Anytime a property came on the market, when we look at that on a monthly basis, the pendings would follow. Like they would dance with each other. So pendings were a product of the market as it related to new listings. And so what's interesting is that continued to dance together until March of this year. So it's interesting that you're saying that, right? That's been a couple of months now.
Right.
And then we start to see some separation where not everything that's going on the market is immediately going under contract. And that's really what you're talking about,
right,
and what we're starting to feel. When you in Baton Rouge in general, we have 4 months of inventory looking at the whole market, or at least we did back in March of 2020.
When you say 4 months of inventory, tell folks, what does that mean when you're talking that?
So no, what that means is that if you have 50 houses on the market, right, and you have there are 10 of them that go under contract every month, that's 5 months of inventory.
Okay.
So it's going to take 5 months for everything that's on the market to go under contract.
Got it.
All things equal. And so we were at 4 months at the beginning of last year. We're at a month now. And but here's what I want, because I can see your eyes going, it's just like Nashville. But what I decided to do after you and I talked, Kay, is that I really believe I'm not a master of the market, I'm a student of the market. And I think that what happens is we get into this environment where one size fits all. So what I'm telling you right now, our listeners are hearing it, and they're like, oh my gosh, well, why isn't my house that might be on the market not moving or going under contract? So what I decided to do is to really kind of break it down, if we've got just a few minutes.
Absolutely, we do.
And getting more specific so that your listeners can understand which of the markets they fit in and what it really looks like for them. Because where we get into trouble is when we listen to myself or the news
overall,
and we just paint it with one swift brush, and I think we do ourselves a disservice, particularly for consumers as it relates to them buying or selling. So, but I do want to tell you just a little bit about interest rates. Because what I want us to be cautious of and cognizant of is buying power. Anytime interest rates go up, buying power gets affected, but it really gets affected in that first-time home buyer, that under $250,000. And let me just give you an example. Interest rates, a $300,000 purchase at a 4% rate is $1,289 a month in principal and interest. That same house at 5.5% is $1,533. It's almost $250 a month difference. And that's a lot of money for...
Yes, when people are looking at their monthly income and what they can buy.
Absolutely. So that's the one thing that I think we have to be cognizant of moving forward in this market is where will those interest rates go and hopefully levelize out so that we can get, to your point, more levelized market. So let me just tell you a little bit about our under 350. So this is the under 350. It makes up the majority of the market. And what's interesting is this market is not affected like the other price points we're going to see.
Okay.
Demand is driven by number of new listings. The number, and this is through May. This is through the whole month of May. And so this market is if you've got a quality, priced right home, it's going to sell. The challenge with this particular price band is that there's 700 houses sitting on the market.
Got it.
That's a lot of houses.
So there's a lot of inventory in that price point?
There's, in my mind, a lot of overpriced inventory.
Got it.
Because one thing I do think that buyers aren't doing as much anymore, and that is in this price category, they don't have all that extra cash like you're talking about in Nashville to make up the difference.
Right.
So that's really kind of interesting. So Average days on market, there's 17 days. So if your house has been sitting for 50 or 60 or 70 days, you might want to consider another strategy if you need to get it sold. Ooh,
so we only have about a minute, but hey, we're going to have you hang over after that. So
perfect.
So give us a little bit that we can get out in a minute, and then we'll continue on.
So what's interesting is, the 350 to 700, these are the folks where the cooling has taken place. Okay, this is where buyer demand is trailing off, regardless of the number of new listings that come on the market. Got to be cognizant of that. The price band with the largest buyer demand increase is over 700, which is incredible.
Which is crazy.
54% over last month. So if you're in that market, now that they still have a lot of houses to sell, they're about 4 months of inventory. So if you need to be out in 2 months, you might want to consider price reductions. But that is what's happening in our market. But the last thing I want to leave you with, 14 seconds. When you still only have 1 or 2 months of inventory available, that's still a very healthy seller's market. We just need to be cognizant of inflation and interest rates as it relates to that moving forward.
Absolutely, and we are going to have more, so y'all stay put in the next segment because she has got lots more information on where things are going to be going in the real estate market.
Indeed.
Yeah.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
The use of opioids and addiction to opioids is on the rise, especially in Louisiana, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. If you have a family member or loved one that you are concerned about with regard to opioid use, please call my clinic, Advantage Health Solutions. You can speak with my nurse or you can speak with myself, and we will talk to you about how to get that person into treatment, and we'll tailor what we do to your needs, and we'll do what we can to get your loved one in treatment and onto the path to health.
As AmeriCorps members and volunteers, we do more than talk about our core values. We take action and commit to making our community stronger.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Our compassion brings food and friendship to neighbors in need.
My determination protects parks in my community.
Now more than ever, your community needs you. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Whitetail Properties real estate experts Jeff Taylor and Reed Taylor understand Louisiana and Mississippi real estate. Whether you're interested in buying or selling large or small tracts of property in Louisiana or Mississippi, Jeff and Reed are the right realtors for whatever you need. Contact Jeff Taylor at 601-248-9433 or Reed Taylor at 601-248-9614. WhitetailProperties.com.
Cancer is our sole focus at Mary Bird Perkins. Every decision we make is centered around furthering care and lessening the burden of this disease. That absolute focus on cancer allows us to provide breakthrough treatments as we continue to raise the bar and enhance patient outcomes as Louisiana's premier cancer care organization. Whatever cancer sends our way, together, we triumph. Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center.
Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house, continuing our conversation with Shelley Simmons, who is a realtor in the Baton Rouge area and beyond. And beyond. You know, we talked about your new company, but we didn't mention the name of it.
Elevate. Elevate's the hallmark.
Real estate.
Yes, Elevate Real Estate. Elevated agents, elevated service, elevated experience.
I love it. And we are continuing our summertime fun time theme because we are now, if you're listening on radio, you can't see this, but we are sporting some of my sunglass collection over the years. So I'm just saying, if you are listening on radio and you're not watching on TV, you might just want to go to our Facebook page at Rocket Right Entertainment for when I post the show up, or our YouTube channel at Rocket Right Entertainment, so that you can see these crazy glass collection of mine, because it's summertime fun time.
I'm loving it.
And so, you know, going on that, I mean, I've heard, you know, granted, with the price of gas and stuff, folks, I mean, a lot of folks are not traveling for vacations this year. I've heard they're kind of staying close at home. And I think a lot of people during this time started putting pools in their houses. They want their recreation to be at home, or they don't want to go too far from home.
Right.
So are you seeing, like, people looking for houses with pools, or looking for lakeside property or something to where they feel like they're on vacation all the time?
So what's interesting is just an aside of that. Yes, pools have just seen a huge increase. Outdoor kitchens, anything that allowed everyone to gather and be at home have just been, you know, not really taking a breath since the beginning of 2020.
So people putting those in, but when people, you know, look for their house and they go, what do you really want to have? I mean, what do you have? Do they say, I really want a great outdoor space? Because sometimes that doesn't go with, I mean, I've learned from selling houses before, that doesn't like go necessarily with your price. It's not your square footage, but a lot of times it's something that somebody wants and they want to look for in a home.
100%. And buyers make that really, you know, clear from the standpoint that it's almost as if there was a time, right, when keeping rooms and these big spaces, right, indoors or on the interior were such a big thing. And really, we've seen that actually migrating even before COVID, but certainly after. Again, it goes back to
outside.
Those big porches. That's right. Big entertaining spaces, have folks over, and, you know, have that variety of almost entertainment in your backyard.
Yes.
But another segment that's really amazing in terms of moving fast are properties on the river.
I bet. Yeah, camps on the river, properties on the river. You feel like you're on vacation all the time.
Right. You see that from Springfield over to the Diversion, even up to the, you know, the northern parts.
And when you're having people who are looking at listing their homes, are you seeing people migrate within the market? Like maybe they've had a traditional house in a neighborhood and maybe they're selling that and they're looking to move more out, either in the country or on the lake or on the river?
You know, it's interesting. real estate really is still driven by the principles it's always been driven on, and that's death, divorce, and those things happen. So I do think that there are, even in my own client base, what I see are clients that are, right now I've got a listing in Walker, and they're moving even further out into the country because they feel like Walker is no longer the country rural setting that it was. And so you're not wrong about that. But I also think that the markets are always driven by, weddings, divorces, death, life in general.
Retirement.
Retirement,
so I don't
absolutely.
have to go to work. I don't have to be 5 minutes away from work. So now I want to go be on the river and wake up and have coffee in the morning.
Indeed, and that is why I think we see such in these entertainment properties like camps on the river. They have a market of their own, and there was a time when those would sit for a bit, but not really in the last 2 years.
They are hopping.
Absolutely, and really commanding higher prices, because typically people who are buying that sort of second home resort have that extra cash in which they're willing to be able to lay that down in order to get their sort of fun property that they want.
Are you seeing some people make those be their primary homes now? Because is there more work from home? I can do it anywhere, and they're looking at those resort type homes for their primary home and not a second?
Yeah, I don't disagree. But what we also see are people who are just moving in general to other resort areas like Florida or to Orange Beach. And I know the market, because I'm pretty familiar with the market in Pensacola Beach, that there's no inventory there, and prices have literally almost doubled in the last 4 years.
Which is crazy. And a lot of our folks are used to going down there on vacation. So if they're at retirement thing, if they're I'm just going to make it full-time, retirement vacation.
100%. Or they just go back and forth. Right? Because to your point,
they have a second home.
They have a second home.
Go back and forth.
And you just use both of them to your advantage. Yeah. But let's talk about New Orleans, the New Orleans market.
Okay, and we need to have a glass change.
Oh,
So we're sharing all of ours. And being that we talked with Andrew Soltau with Sugarfield Distillery, I'm going to go with drinking glasses.
Oh.
So these are my beach margarita glasses if I was going to have a second property.
And it even matches your fabulous
on the lake
earrings.
Or something. Yes.
Indeed.
And so you are post-Memorial Day, but you can be patriotic every day, and it goes with your red shirt.
I'm going patriotic. I'm going patriotic.
Yeah.
Right there. Woo! So, what's interesting about, and we didn't mention New Orleans, and the New Orleans market as it relates to the data that I have encompasses Tangipahoa Parish, St. Tammany, and down into New Orleans proper. Their market is just as dynamic as the Baton Rouge market. And what I mean by that is same thing, low inventory and really high buyer demand over the last few months.
Because, I'm thinking just with a lot of metro areas, around the country, folks are tending to move out because of the increased crime rates in some of the, major cities. So you're not really seeing that for real estate.
Not really seeing that. And so I think that's an interesting, to your point, an interesting dynamic that I didn't consider when I was reviewing that.
When you look at a lot of major cities around, they're moving either out into the suburbs or they're moving to other, what they consider safer metro areas, because of the increased crime that seems to have happened all over the country,
yes,
post-COVID. And so certainly we know that we've had that, in New Orleans recently. So that's not affecting their real estate market.
Well, and remember, so this goes back to painting,
right?
a painting with a swift brush, right?
Yes.
So from the standpoint, that was sort of the generalization. I didn't know that we had time to break that down, but it's certainly, again, if you're in the New Orleans metro, you need to talk with somebody about your specific kind of market.
Because there's probably certain pods areas that are more hot than others.
Okay, it's all hyper local. And so I'm always cautious of any professional, real estate professional or otherwise, who again just makes generalizations on real estate that happens literally within certain streets,
gotta look
certain
at
neighborhoods.
Those neighborhoods within the city.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I call them personalities, right?
Personalities,
yes, because personalities are made up by more than just the Country Club of Louisiana, right? Or Country Club West.
Right.
They're always, in my mind, an assimilation of similar styles and similar types of neighborhoods in which they were built, and the people that live there, etc.
Well, we're going to do a glass change.
Okay, our last one. This is my favorite one.
So, and here, I'm like the rock and roll lifestyle girl right here with the guitars on the eyes. I'm just saying, okay, I'm tailing off. And
okay, what am I?
I'm thinking you're Led Zeppelin over there. I'm like, you are Led Zeppelin. Okay.
And everything is red. Woo!
I know. It's great. It's great.
It is.
Red, white, and blue. And so last question here. If someone's listening, they're a buyer or they're a seller, what kind of quick advice can you give them in about a minute?
So I see that 111. Buyers really, they shouldn't be sort of discouraged by what's happening. There are, to my point, particularly in that lower 350 price range, there's still a lot of houses for sale, which means that not everything on the market is gone. So there's still opportunity for probably making a pretty decent offer of properties that have been sitting for a bit and are likely overpriced. But get with a mortgage professional. Get with a mortgage professional and get that lined up so you're ready to make a move if you find something amazing. But please talk with someone so we can understand what your needs are. If you're a seller and you are thinking about selling, at this point in the market, we usually see always a contraction from a cycle perspective. So you need to get with a professional who understands markets at the level that I was talking about, so that they can make a good decision for what's best for them.
Well, I'm thinking we need to have Shelley back, and thank you so much, Shelley Simmons. Y'all make sure and connect with her if you're a buyer or a seller, and make sure if you're going to rock it, you rock it right.
Woo!
The Rocket Right Show with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Citigroup Hospitality, including City Pork Bar and Brasserie, City Pork Highland, City Slice at LSU, Spoke and Hub, Beausoleil Coastal Cuisine, and Proverbial Wine Bistro. Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center with locations in Baton Rouge, Gonzales, Covington, Hammond, Homa, and Natchez. Whitetail Properties, Realtors Jeff Taylor and Reed Taylor. Advantage Health Solutions and Dr. Boyd Michael Helm. Trip Chat, the mobile app. Download and find your fun. Hightower Dental Concepts. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts. The Louisiana Office of Tourism, Louisiana is a Trip, TakeOne.com, and Volunteer Louisiana. We are grateful for your sponsorship of the Rocket Right Show.